Okay. So guys, आज so I'm audible, crystal clear, right? Guys, anybody
Yes,
has
sir.
a,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay. So few of you have what I see like have a very good experience in Python, like intermediate level, like Pramod. I don't remember everyone's name, but yeah, I'll definitely come back to one by one as we progress. I'll be able to remember everyone's name. And also few of the people in the online also, they also have some good experience in Python as well. Okay, right? And few are of your very technical background and few are not from technical background. Okay. So we'll be covering one by one. Whenever you are having doubts who are mostly non-technical or want to learn it for the first time, just ask much more questions as you could. If I know, I'll be able to answer. If I do not know, maybe somebody from our teammate will be able to answer. If that is not there, we'll search online or I'll come back with a better answer. Okay. I'll try my best to give you the answer. But don't hesitate because I am also learning here. Okay. It's my experience also where I'll be learning also. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so we got some few points. Okay, so if you remember, I told you to remember these things. Okay, one is beginner friendly, second is easy to learn, third is powerful, fourth is lots of opportunity, fifth is analytics. Okay, we'll be covering these things also in a later topic. Okay, for before going to that, let's go to our next slide. Okay, I have to maybe stop it and then only it will be go. Okay, oh man, sorry. Okay. So let me remove them or else it is too cold. If I erase then I'll not be able to keep it somewhere, right? Okay, you guys remember this, na? I'll just erase it for now, okay? Just click on them and okay. We'll find it a better option from our next class, like how we can actually keep it somewhere, okay? But for now, let's go to the next slide, okay? So this is how Python started, okay? So there was a mad scientist, okay? The name is, if you remember, see, Guido van Rossum, okay? He's a mad scientist, okay? So mostly he's a Dutch programmer who actually started all this thing, okay? And it started is not like many more years ago. It started around in 1980s, or in late 1980s actually, around 1989, okay? If you see, around 1989, he was working for CWI. CWI is called one of the major Informatica tool, retail related tool centers where they are working on some kind of language called ABC. The language name is ABC. Okay. So on that language they are working. So Guido van Rossum was a little bit confused, like, okay, why you are doing this ABC language in a very difficult manner? Let me do something in a very easier way. Let me invent my own language. So he wanted some language which is okay. I'll tell you again over here to annotate I have to do. So just note these points. Okay. He what he wanted to do. Okay. He wanted to tell easy to read, right? Something which should be easy to read, one language. Okay. So if you remember, somebody told easy to understand, right? Easy to read. Second point, powerful. The person also already covered powerful language, right? Third thing, fun to write. Why fun to write? Because it is very easy to write. So people can easily remember and people can easily try to do the things. Good for automation. We are talking about analytics or the different kind of things, but most of the automation related industries also related to this Python. Okay. And less noisy than language like C or Perl. If you go for C and Perl, no, it is very complicated. Pointers, references, classes, you have to do arrows and all, lot of other things are there. People who know C, you can able to understand, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is very difficult to write, yeah. So he wanted something, some language which will be solving all his purpose. But the the language he was working on before is called ABC language, which doesn't suffice to all these needs. Okay. So he thought, okay, I'll be doing some of my language, which will be doing this stuff. Okay. So he started this thing during the Christmas holidays. Generally, if you know, generally this time during the Christmas, they have holidays like they go for long weekends in US and UK and all and Europe. So they generally enjoy that. But this mad scientist didn't like it. He told, okay, I'll just go. मेरे को भाई बैठना नहीं है, मेरे को काम करना है. क्या काम करना है? मेरे को प्रोग्रामिंग लिखना है. I'll do my own programming language, which will be. He didn't know like it will be a phenomenon. He just wanted to write something which will be everyone will be using, or maybe he will be using for his own purpose. But that changed the whole world, how they want to work. If you see, it started around in 1990. Okay, if you see, if you go ahead now, it started in 1990, and right now 2025. How many years? Maybe 30, 35 years, right? In 35 years, it changed the whole ecosystem itself. Everything started pouring in, and it is a huge language right now. We'll cover everything, how we are going to go. Okay. Okay. So this started a global phenomenon because of one mad scientist weekday project or holiday project. Okay. We'll go to a next slide for this. Okay. You'll be able to know more on this. Okay. Why the name Python? Okay. I'll ask Pramod this question. Why he named it Python? Do you know? Why not Cobra? Why not ABCD? He was a ABCD. Why not ABC top up? He was doing a top up on the ABC, right? Why not that? Why Python? Have you ever thought of that? Why Python is a name? What do Python mean? Anyone from online or offline?
Python is a snake.
Python is a snake, okay. What else? So you think like Python come from a name called before this snake? Why he named Python? Okay. There is another interesting story. Sorry?
It comes from a comedy show named Monty Python's Flying Circus.
You Googled it?
Yes, sir?
You Googled or you know knew?
No, no, no.
Oh, you knew. Great. What is your name, sir? Sangram, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll also ask you a lot more questions than Pramod. Okay. No worries. Okay. So he was at Christmas, on the Christmas holidays. He is fun of like he like lot of orchestra, lot of comedy shows, and there was one of the comedy shows which is called Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay. So this was actually coming in BBC. Okay. So British Broadcasting Crew, you know BBC, right? Everyone. So British Broadcasting Crew has one kind of show which is coming in during those Christmas holidays. Also, it was being aired, and he liked this circus too much. Okay, he was liking this show, like he's liking this show. Okay, so what he did, because he was liking Monty Python's too much, he gave the name of Monty Python, and he wanted a very not a long name, not a small name. Okay, very small name he would give. That is called Python from Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay, that's how the name came. It didn't nothing to do with reptiles or anything. Okay, so that's how it became a global phenomenon. Started with some kind of weekend project or holiday project, and it became a global phenomenon in 35 years. Okay, now come to the next thing. How this got delivered. Okay, so if you I told you, right, he was working for CWI. Okay, CWI stands for Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica, which is a ETL related center, which is from Netherlands. Okay, he was a Dutch scientist. Okay, Dutch worker. So there he started, and then it evolved like anything. So then he was started working for CNRI actually, which is Corporation of National Research Institute. So there he started like doing a lot more, few more ideas and more releases for Python. Some more development and all this come in. And then he worked for Python Software Foundation, took care of all these things. Okay. So beopen.com, he was also working for few days or few months. And that's why it is also there, where actually it is released the 1.6 version. Sorry, 2.0 version. The first 2.0 version came in the beopen.com lab. And after that, he moved to, became a totally a separate part, which is right now also being governed by this bopen.com. Okay. So this is mentored by PSF. PSF is called Python Software Foundation. So right now, whatever you are learning, that is owned by PSF, and PSF is maintaining all the stuff. So it is you do not need to remember all this. I am just teaching you history. Okay. Don't remember all these things. This is very top of the notch things, but you don't remember all these things. It is not needed in any of your interview. Okay. Don't remember. Not needed. Just know if somebody is asking where Python is coming from, how Python's thing is noted down. Maybe many people not able to understand, or maybe not able to tell. Just know it from the what you are learning right now. Okay. So in 0.9.0 version is the initial version, which was done by in the CWA lab by Rosum, and then it went into right now. Then it went into 2.0 version, which became very famous after 2000, and then right now we are using 3.15 or 3.15 is the latest version, and 3.14 is the stable version. Okay. So generally, if you go for that, it will be a 3.14 version. We'll come to that, how it actually evolved. Got it? Like how it is actually invented? Yeah, please. Okay, he did it from 0.1, but he didn't release it. See, when you generally release it to the world, when it is actually usable, whenever I am, let's say I am today I am writing some kind of program called Promos Magic, right? Or maybe Sangram's Magic. I'm writing some new code, right? How will I do it? I start with my own research. I'll do some small version. I'll put it in GitHub. I start with the ABC code and all. Okay. But when I'll release it to the whole world, that okay, I have one good version which can be used by people. Let's say some analytics tool you are working on. How you release it? It might be Power BI, or it might be Tableau, it might be ClickSense. There are a lot of tools, right? When they'll release to the world, when it is actually a little bit stable, when it is actually usable. So 0.9.0 version became usable. So that's why it is being highlighted all over the world that this is the starting version, and 0.9.0 was built on like 0.1, 0.2, something like that, and it came into 0.9.0. Understood? Got it? So this is how it got derived. Okay. If you see in 2000, this area, 2000 to 2002. Okay. I'll just note it down over here. If you see this area, lot of changes came in, lot of versions. So mostly the Python 1.0 version to 2.0 version come over here. Okay. During this period. And this was changing a lot. Python was going through a huge changes, a lot of changes. There are not much things known before that, and it was changing a lot because of lot of other related like the world was evolving around Python. Internet was coming in, like all those things, right? Topics. So that's why it is evolving day by day. Okay. I have to delete taking. Oh, sorry guys. I know the pain. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll go to our next one, Python timeline. What happened? So Python 1.0 generally released on 0.1994, which is 0.9.0 around 1989 or 1991, right? 1991 released the Python 1.0, and then Python 2.0 come around 2000, released around 2000. But if you remember your question, sir, if you remember during this period also we are working on to 1.0 and all, but and 2.0 also came in. But when did it got released? In 2000 October. Why? Before that also it was being worked on. Why it is released? Because it was not a stable version. When it becomes stable, generally we release to the world. I'll show you that in the website also, how you can actually see like which version to use right now. Okay, we'll come back to that. Remember this is a very good question. Which version to use? When to use this? Okay. So if you see, Python 2.7 is one of the major version which was released in July 2020, which was actually being used by a lot of the companies. So if you remember 2008, we didn't have a black market crash and all, and lot of things got into look like stock market was crashing. Lot of people were talking about automation and all. Okay, That's where Python took up the pick. Okay. Although if you see Python 3.0 was released in December 2008, but it was not beginner friendly. So everybody was using Python 2.7 only for a long time. For a long time, people are using Python 2.7, and Python 2.8 became the, I think, the latest version, last version of Python 2 when we migrate to Python 2 to Python 3. We'll come to that also. Okay, but Python 2.0 was being used for a lot of automation stuff, lot of coding related languages, lot of analytics stuff, lot of coding, scripting, and all this stuff. So when it was being widely adapted, across the world, right? So if you see, as they progress, it became like much more phenomenon during this period, 2002, 2020. It evolved a lot. So a lot of packages are being built up on that, and a lot of people are actually understanding like how to use those things. Okay. Then what happened in Python? There was a time called around 2020 around. The Python 2.0 version got dismantled. Okay. So although it was being early used, we go to the next step, that is called Python 3. So they told, okay, we will not be adding any more stuff to Python 2 because it is not being supported by us. The PSF did that. Okay. What is a PS? Python Software Foundation, which is actually maintaining all the Python 2, Python 3 releases. Okay. Right now, they are responsible for all the releases you're seeing. You will be that is being maintained by these guys only. PSF. It is not a only one person or two person. It is a cumulative of a lot of persons. I'll show you the list. If you see the contributor list, it's a huge list. Okay, if you want, I can show you the list also. Okay, so then everybody tried to move from Python 2 to Python 3 one by one, and there is a major change happened there. What are the changes? There are a lot of new packages come in, new features came in. The uses, how you are using to, like they were using in Python 2, they have to now change it to Python 3 because a lot of support was removed. So a lot of other things are, so because this was majorly changed because of lot of changes in the data science domain. So data science domain and AML domain was taking the pace, and a lot of libraries was being obsoleted. Obsolete people understand, right? यूज ही नहीं हो रहा था आगे, सो इसको यूज करना है आगे, उसके ऊपर पैकेज बनाना है और वो ज्यादा यूजेबल होना है लोगों के लिए. हाउ विल यू डू इट? तो इसके लिए उन्होंने क्या किया, पाइथन 2 को ऑब्सोलेट कर दिया, पाइथन 3 को बनाया. सो जो भी पाइथन 2 में थे, उन्होंने पाइथन 3 में मूव करना स्टार्ट किया. उन्होंने कोडिंग स्टार्ट किया, न्यू कोडिंग एंड माइग्रेशन ऑफ देयर कोड. ओके, एंड ये मेजर चेंज कम हुआ बिकॉज ऑफ डेटा साइंस एएमएल डोमेन ओनली. ये बहुत सारे चेंजेस होना स्टार्ट हो गए. ओके ओके, somebody is pinging something. Oh, sorry, I missed it. Oh. What is the difference between Python 2 and Python 3? I was talking about that, right? What changed? So before to that, print message were writing like this. Print message. Okay, I'll spend some time over here. I'll try to make you understand. So if you see, print message is big. Print is one of the basic things, right? If you have note, like if I want to debug, I want to print. If I want to see what is my variable value, I want to print. If I want to see any kind of messages to the world, I can write print. So print is something called as, if you know C++, it is called printf, right? Or C out in the C++, and in C it is printf, right? So similarly over here it is print message. It was being done like this. It became Python 3 is become print message inside bracket. Why this bracket will come to back later. Okay, this became a syntax change. So everybody who is using Python 2.0, they have to change everything, like how they are using this thing. They have to change everything, like how we are right now going to change. So for this also there are a lot of changes. Like previously they were using some kind of values for passing the strings and then appending those. But after that they try to do some plus operators and all. Okay, this come over here around. Okay, lot of changes happened over here. Okay, then previous to that, string was provided. Okay, I was talking about this. So previously strings are actually getting into ASCII. Then this moved to Unicode. Unicode you people know, right? ASCII Unicode. Sorry? Okay, I'll tell you something good. Okay, and Okay, how can I go back on the slide? Yeah, I'll show something good to you. Okay, people who do not know about ASCII, let me first convert about the ASCII thing. Okay, so this is called the ASCII table. I opened. Just 1 minute. I think the annotated function I have to remove every time I need to talk. Okay, so this is called ASCII table. Okay, let me open it for you. I don't know. Let me show you. Guys, if you have known programming, there are few people are not from program background. That's why I'm just covering it. So this is called ASCII table. Okay. So this is the characters and all. Okay. And if you go for, okay, let me close it. Okay. So there are decimals and all, and these are the characters which is being represented by a ASCII characters. So decimal characters or hexadecimal character or octadecimal characters, octal character or octadecimal. Some people tell octadecimal, but they're octal character actually, and hexadecimal and decimal characters, right? So each of these characters on our number board is represented by some kind of characters. That's why those are called ASCII characters. Okay. Who are from computer background, they will be able to relate quickly. But those are not able. So why this is called ASCII characters? Anyone? Anyone can tell you? Tell me why ASCII characters? Can you see one thing? If you are talking about decimal, it is coming to 127. What is the significance of 127? Do you know something called as 128 limit byte size? Okay. When you talk about decimal, it becomes 0 to 127 only for the characters. Okay. That's why I represent it in the machine language. It calls it decimal characters and all. That's why it is called as ASCII characters, right? So similarly, hexadecimal has 0 to 16 and octal is 0 to 8. But the machine understands something called as binary, which is only 0 and 1 from us. Sorry. This is yeah, 0 and 1. So generally, whenever you are talking about ASCII characters, it is converting all the whatever you are using, it is converting to 0 to 1 and being used in the machine language. So machine is getting interested. So machine only understand that for a computer machine, it only understands 0 and 1. Anybody has any questions? Just let me know. If you're not able to understand, just ask me the questions. Okay. Anybody from the online? Having any questions or anything?
Sir.
Okay. So that's why each of your things on the machine, like whatever you are typing on your keyboard, that has a respective decimal value, that is a respective hexadecimal value, that has a respective octal value, and that has respective binary value also. That's why this became the majority become before the programming languages, how the programming language is actually evolving. Okay. So if you are typing, let's say A over here. Okay. So what will go to the backend? So if you see over here, we have a decimal character as 65. If an octal character is 101. Similarly, how will go to decimal? So if you see something, okay, I need, wait, yeah. Do you know 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, right? No, you know, guys, this, right? So if you are typing, let's say A, if you are talking about decimal, this is becoming converted to, it is not there, 65. So how 65 will look? Octal means 8 to the power 0, 8 to the power 1, 8 to the power 2. So if you see 101 writing 101, right? What is 1 to the 1? 8 to the 0, 1. 1 into 8 equal to?
Anything to the power 0 is 1.
Then it is octal character, right? So what will happen? 8 into wrong. You are again confused.
Yes, sir, because anything to the power 0 is 1.
Exactly. So 8 to the power 1.
And
So
8
1
square
into
is
1
64.
equal to 1. Here 8 to the power 2. That is called 64.
Yes, sir.
Into 1 equal to 64. So total 64 plus 1 equal to 65. Got it? You're being confused. Don't confuse all these things, okay? So whatever you are converting 8 to the power 0 in the starting point, 8 to the power 0. Similarly, over here, what will be the backend? Okay. What is 2 to the power 0? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Then 2 to the power 6. So can I write it is equal to 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Right? Understood? So whenever you are typing A in the front end, it is going to the machine as this because machine understand this block. Okay, sorry, I am not able to write. I'm new to this pad actually. Okay, I'm trying to write my best. Okay, people are getting right. Whenever typing A, it is going as 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, this is the block. It is going to the machine, and machine only understand 1 and 0. That means true and false bits. Understand everybody? 1 and 0 means. Anybody has any doubt from the online?
No, sir.
Okay, great.
So not understand. So समझ में नहीं आया.
समझ में नहीं है. Who is this? Sorry.
सर ये जो मशीन 1-0 समझता है.
Okay. So something there is something called as a machine interpreted language. Have you ever heard of that, Sambit?
Yes.
So if you know machine interpreted language, you understand everything we built, every computer we built or every system we built that doesn't understand the language you and me are talking, right? We'll talk.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Mr. Ambit.
Binary language.
Exactly. This is the binary language. Binary means what? Bi means 2. Binary means 1 and 0 only. So that's why it is called
Yes,
binary language. So whenever you are typing A in the front end, let's say you are typing your name. Your first word is Ambit. First word is A.
Yes, sir.
How it is going to the backend? If you are typing A, your keyboard is you are entering only A, but your CPU is taking something called as this to the backend to make the people understand
Yes,
that
sir.
this is going to the CPU. It is understanding by 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, something like this. Okay, got it? So that's why it is
Yes.
able to understand that you are talking A. Let's say you are talking about M next. So what is M over here? If you see M, it is 77, right? So from front end it is 77, but back end how will you go? 77 converted to this format, to the binary format. How it will go? 64 and then 16.
Then 4.
60 per 16, how much it will be? Then how it will be going to 77? 64.
8.
First 1, then 0, 0, then 8. Okay, 1, then
4.
4, 2. 2 will be also 0. If you go 64 and then again 8 equal to 72, then
72 plus
4, 77. So if you are typing M, what will go to the back end? Okay, Ambit, you are understanding, right? So let's say you are typing first, I'll come to this side. Okay, A, then M from your name. First, machine will send 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, then 1. Then for M, it will send 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Something like this will go to the backend. Understood, Amit?
Yes, sir.
So that's how machine understands the language of human. because it doesn't have those interpreter which will understand that speech therapy. Okay, you are telling A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Jarvis. It is not going to understand this. So it always understand it
सर
binary.
समझ में आया, लेकिन कहाँ पर 1 आएगा, कहाँ पर 0 आएगा, ये हमें थोड़ा
Okay, that's why I am talking about this
सर
this value.
ये सर ये जो पावर समझ में आया 2 to the
Mhm.
power 2 to the
Mhm.
लेकिन
It is just
इसको
addition.
बेस
It is
करके
just addition.
हाँ
Addition. It is just addition. If you see, उसको मैं बताता हूँ. देखो, अभी यहाँ पे जैसे मैं यहाँ पे कवर करता हूँ. Where is, and I am new to this now. I am very difficult to actually type over here. 64. This is 32. This is 16. This is 8. This is 4. This is 2. This is 1. So if you multiply, your AM number is, AM means it is called 77 in decimal. If you cover, so 1 means 64 into 1 plus 0 means 32 into 0. This became 0. So that's why I'm just skipping this. This is also 16 comes 0. So plus 16 into 0. This became also 0. Plus this is called 1. 8 into 1, right? 8 into 1. Then plus this is also 1. 4 into 1.
yes
Then this is 2. Then plus 2 into 0 plus 1 into 1. So if you complete this, it will become 64. These are all 0, right? Plus here it is 8. 8 plus here become 4. 4 plus here became 1. If you add this, how much it will become? 64 plus 8, 72 plus 4, 76 plus 1, 77. What does that mean? 77 means? Understood?
M.
Understood now, Ambe?
Yes sir.
How it is coming? So similarly, if you go for A, what is happening? Over here only 1, here only 1. So 64 into 1 equal to 64 plus
Yes, sir.
1 into 1 is 1 equal to 65. All are other are 0. Understood? The assembly language? That's how ASCII character. That's why it is called ASCII character. If you go for its okay, should I remove this? All of this?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, guys. So if you go for ASCII character full form, if you see, what is that called? American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Information interchange means you are doing those information passed out to from human related language to the machine interpreted language. Okay, something called as HIL to MIL. So machine will be understanding your word. How it will understand? You are converting these things to machine. So if you see every code, every key of your is having some kind of language which will be machine will be understand. Like if you see space key, it is having 32 decimal. So if you're typing only space over here, it is also sending 32 to the background in a binary format. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to Unicode. Okay, sorry. I'll show something interesting over Unicode. Okay. There is something called the Unicode to ASCII related thing. It doesn't have. There are some slash related things. I'll show you. Okay. Just on UTF. So these are actually Unicode data. I'll show you. Sorry. Where it is opening? Oh, just 1 minute, guys. Okay. Okay, now so maybe what will do? How can I show this? Okay. I'll just show me some images maybe. You'll be able to understand more. There are some slash you go. Okay, I think here it will. You can I think this answer is the right one, but it is not properly printed. Yeah, these are hexadecimal character values. Not this one. These are also, I think, Unicode only. I'll show you some example only. Okay. These are slash u actually, but I'm just trying to find out a list where I can actually provide it to you in a better way. Okay. 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 So maybe this one, okay? Understand this one. I'll show you about those things now, how it is actually converting Unicode, like few of the other symbols also, okay? So previously only we thought like discussed about ASCII. Right now, what happened? There are few other languages which was not getting converted, or maybe some points which are not being converted by ASCII. Like there is something called as, if you go as so few of the symbols, okay, like copyright symbol, ampersand symbol, something like that. Then something called this symbol like double quote or single quote. So these things are not being converted to any kind of machine native language. So how the machine will understand? So in those cases, Unicode come into picture, okay, which is actually the respective Unicode for all these symbols and languages. Similarly, there is something called a Chinese language, is called Mandarin, right?
Yes, sir.
So Mandarin language is also being converted to the Unicode character. So that's why the encoding and decoding of the machine will take place in the proper manner. That was not being supported in the Python 2.0 version. Okay, Python 2.0 version only supporting ASCII. What happened in Python 3? It was supporting the Unicode version. So all the kind of other languages like Dutch language is there, or native languages like Mandarin language is there, or those apostrophes. Because if you go for like any kind of French language or any kind of other languages, you will see even in the names, you will get a lot of commas, lot of this apostrophe and all, okay, and lot
Yes.
of copyright symbols and all these things, okay. So there it became very difficult to handle all these things. So that's why Python 3 came up with the support where they will support Unicode. Okay, we got into too much detail, sorry. Okay. We were okay, that is one of the point, okay, people are understanding, right? So similarly, division floor by default and true division. What does this mean? So if you go for Python 2.7, Python 2.7 was supporting some, let's say you do 5 divided by 2, it will go over here in the division. Python 2.0 was giving you only 2 because it was becoming floor. What is my floor division? Floor means down, ceiling means top. Understand like this. If I do 5 by 2, it becomes 2, means it's become a floor. If you give us 3, that means it is ceiling. Understand? There are two different functions. We'll be going into deep in a later phase of our functioning, programming, and all. Understanding. So before it is go, if you do 5 by 2 in Python 2.2, it was 2.0, it is giving 2. But what if it given? If you do 5 by 2, it will be 2.5. This is more accurate because you needed those decimal points. Okay. Then range. So there are different kind of range related functions also came into picture in Python 2.3. We'll cover it in a later period. Okay. Then input. You are see that the function became changed. It has become with raw input. It took input. Similarly, print function, how it changed. Okay. Then error syntax also got changed. You are using like this. Now you are using like this. Understand this, okay? There is a difference, comma and as. Okay. Why I'm teaching you this? I should be teaching you directly Python 3. Why I'm teaching you Python 2? Because let's say tomorrow you are going to a corporate and you are getting some code in Python 2, which is not maintained. So you would be able to understand your problem. What are the problems and differences? Okay. Understand this. Why I'm able to sorry, you saw someone saying something online?
No, sir.
Okay. So these are the major differences. Okay, just note it down somewhere in a memory, or maybe in a recording you will also find out. Just note it down somewhere. Okay, this is, you need to understand what is the difference of Python 2.3 and 2, because it is recently deprecated only in 2020. If you see end of life. Okay, so everybody is migrating already, but few of the oldest technology firms, their scripts are running fine, so they don't want to migrate. But later in the time, they will be migrating also. Maybe it will take either 5 years or 10 years, we don't know. But you might see some code in the Python 2 also, which is already end of line. So if you're coming across some kind of code, you will be able to understand. Okay, this is not something like if somebody is writing this in their code or script, they are wrong. The only difference is that they're using the older version. Okay, got it, everyone? Okay, I remove all this again. Okay, we'll go to the next step. Okay, so why we are using Python next? Anybody can tell? Hello? Python?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what else? What Python can do right now? All the things over listed over here. I'll tell you what. What is the use cases? High level, I can understand. Yes. Okay, but what are fields we can use? Yes. One is web application. Yes. AML. Yes. Data science. Yes. Anybody from the non-tech? You are able
Using
to
create
understand.
website,
Sorry.
create website.
Yes, web application is already covered. Other than that, I have already told one thing: automation. Right?
Yes, sir.
So let's see what all things. Analytics also somebody told. Data analysis and analytics. Okay. Data visualization,
Yes, sir.
automation, software development, web application, system scripting, workflows, mathematics. Mathematics is basic. Okay. You will come across a lot of application. Right now, the AML is based on mathematics. Purely based on statistics and mathematics only. Okay. If you're going for deep learning or machine learning, you have to understand those statistical concept. Okay. Correlation coefficient and all these things. Okay. We'll come to those if time permits and all. Okay. Web development, machine learning, prototyping of the project, AI related stuff, all these things Python can do right now. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Then one question I might go, why Python? Why not C++? Why not Java? Those can also do few things out of this. Why Python we are using and why we are learning Python in this class? The main important thing is exactly. So people who have already told it is a powerful programming language. It is easy to read.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Less noisy. What is the less noisy? We do not want jargons, lot of things. It is we should be simply writing print. It is writing the print function. For C++, what you have to do if you go for a C++ code who has done C++ coding, they'll be able to relate. You have to do some hash include stdio.h, then hash include conio data, and then using namespace std void main. Then you have to start your things. You have to do your end programming language, and then you have to do your let's say C program like printf, then hello C or hello Python, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to lot of
Yes, sir.
jargons to do just print hello world or hello Python, right? But in
Yes, sir.
Python, if you're going for simple language, you just need to write print hello world.
Hello.
It is that simple. One-liner code. I don't want noisy things in my life. I want to make my life simple. That's why Python came into picture, because it has all the called as simple syntax and all. It is very simple to write. Okay. Second, it has abundance libraries and framework. What is the abundance library? It has major support in the online. You can get a lot of support over there. Lot of other kind of stuff where you can actually get what kind of library you can use. You can just go and fetch it. Okay. Then third is portable. So I can portable Python scripts from anywhere one place to another easily because I have Python support in the library. I just need to install the library. It will be just portable. Right now, Docker and also coming in, if people know, like containers, right? Where you can actually scale your application. Then encourage automation. You can automate all your stuff using Python easily. Python scripts are very much common right now nowadays. Useful in data science, I've already talked. Then web development, MLAI, highly secure. Python is a very highly secure language because it has a very open source support and people are actually putting in lot of coding things. If you have a small issue also, if you put it online, you will get a support over there. Generally for prior models of prior other languages, you do not get that much support. Okay, because this is very vastly used, you will get a lot of support over there in the secure domain. Okay, cyber security related things also you are using Python code as well. Okay, then few people told I want to switch to IT, very good appreciable jobs and all you will get, and also it's very satisfied with salary. You'll getting a, if you learn Python, you will get a very good salary as well if you're understanding those in a proper concept and you're able to utilize. Okay, guys, cool, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Sir,
Next, yeah, sir.
hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, Python is also a versatile language.
yes, it's a versatile language. Why not?
Sir, what do you mean by versatile? Can you explain?
So, okay, I'll tell. Who is this? Sorry,
I'm sir, Soumya Ranjan Pradhan.
Soumya. Okay, I'll tell.
Yes, sir.
Soumya Ranjan is a versatile person. What does it mean? What do you
I
do?
don't know, sir.
What do you do in real life?
I'm a data analysis student and I also as a friend
Okay.
of everyone and a son of my parents.
Okay. What are your 1 minute? What are your this your hobbies?
Basically, I am studying every time when I will free and I play some cricket for my entertainment.
Okay, you do cricket also. You play cricket, right? What
Yes,
else?
sir.
Any singing, dancing?
No, sir, I'm not singing and dancing at all.
Okay. So understand when
Having multiple skills.
exactly. So versatile means when you have multiple skills. So he's a very good player, maybe cricket, maybe he's reading newspaper stuff, or maybe
Yes,
he
sir.
can dance well, he can sing well. So those kind
Okay.
of person kind of versatile people. So generally, kind of, okay, Mr. Kamal Hassan is a very good versatile actor, or Mr. Akshay Kumar is a very good versatile actor. So what do you mean by Python is a versatile programming language? Because it supports in multiple languages. If you see, it is supporting your MLA development, web development, it is supporting your data science related domains, it is supporting your cybersecurity related domain, it is supporting all kind of automation related stuff, it is supporting your over here. We have covered, right? Workflows, mathematics, everything it is covering, data visualization, everywhere you can use this. That's why Python is called a versatile language. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Got it.
So advantage, disadvantage. Advantage are this one. We have already covered everything. I have already told massive library, easy to integrate, easy to learn and use. We have already covered, right? What are the disadvantages?
Yes.
Only covered that. It is very low speed. Why? Because it has a lot of libraries which are actually highly loaded. That's why it is becoming become very slow sometimes. Okay. Or maybe if you go for some kind of other language, maybe if you go for C++, it is a BIOS language, BIOS interpreter. So it is generally faster than Python. That's why if you go for many of the very capital market related or bank related domain, they are still using some kind of C+ application. Although they are front end and many other scripts are coded on Python, their main system is somehow in C++ because this is faster. But here, because they need latency for those kind of transactions out. But for this, mostly we are using other things, they are using Python only. So that's a low speed. In some of memory, sometimes it becomes very too much memory consumed because you are talking about data science, AI related stuff. It consumes a lot of memory. Okay. And then mobile use, it doesn't provide that much good support in the mobile devices coding and all. But right now there are a lot of interpreters coming in, which is actually providing. Recently, something is launched in 3.14 version also. I think 3.14 or 3.15. Okay. So yes, so there is some Python mobile support they have provided also. Okay, you will got to know about this. Difficult to access data. Sometimes it is very difficult to access databases as well. Right now they have provided some connectors and all. People are hugely using it. Maybe possible we'll be also showing some kind of those tips gradually in our course during a course. Okay, but it's difficult to access database generally. Okay, and prone to catch runtime error because it is a compile time. It doesn't have a compile time program. It is a runtime program, right? Python
sir.
is a runtime program. It is not a compile time program.
Yes,
Generally,
sir.
if you go for C++ and other languages, you compile it first, then it is the executable which will be actually generated, and then you have to run it. But in Python, it is a runtime program. What is runtime? You have to directly run it. You do not want to compile. Previously, it was coming with a compile feature as well, compile and run. If you saw the ID, it was showing compile and run. But right now, it is merely, if you go for C++, you can see compile and run, F5 or something like that. But right now, if you go to Python, it is only runtime program. So generally, if you runtime program, you have not compiled it earlier. So the error might be coming in the runtime only, not a compiler. Generally, if you go for a program in C++, in the compile time, you get the error and you fix it. And then you again use the executable to run it, right? So generally, Python doesn't support that. Python is a runtime program. Understood, everybody? Okay. So these are the Python IDs we are right now using. Actually, a lot of people are actually using. So mostly VS Code is one which is majorly used. Python
sir.
is also one which is majorly used. Sorry, someone is calling online.
So this is the software where we will code the Python.
You will code in VS Code.
Okay.
Mostly VS Code. Okay.
So not in Python.
Yes, Python only. I'll tell you about this. Okay, don't worry. This is a ID.
Python. Okay,
This
sir.
is a ID only. Okay. This is not means this is not the language. Will be using the language of Python and we'll be using Visual Studio Code to use it. Okay. Or also idle also. There is also something called as Python idle. Okay. IDLE. Okay. So generally we code it, and over here we can also code, but we'll be coding mostly VS Code. This is the
Okay, sir.
industry-wide accepted things where you can use by VS Code or maybe, sorry, VS Code or PyCharm to generally code in industries. Okay. So we will be using the same Python language, but we'll be using in Visual Studio Code mostly, or PyCharm. Mostly I'm preferring Visual Studio Code because it is very user-friendly and all. And also we'll be
Yes.
doing some kind of Jupyter integration over here if you think, or else maybe a Jupyter lab also if you create. We'll think about that. Okay. But these are all the kind of IDs also available where you can also code. You can also code in Notepad++. I also code sometime in Notepad++ if I'm very much comfortable. But as by Visual Studio Code give you some kind of support, Python support related to PEP and all. Okay. I will come to PEP and all, where you can actually get some kind of support on, like, if your syntax is error and all. So kind of PyKTL all, like if you are typing some error kind of code, it will tell you, okay, this has some kind of errors and all. So some kind of extension also available for that. So that's why generally we prefer VS Code mostly, most of the industry. Okay. So we'll be mostly covering VS Code, and also maybe sometime we'll be coding in Jupyter as well. Okay. We'll see. Or maybe if you want, I can code a few things in the Notepad as well. I'll show you how to do it. Okay. Maybe 1-2 class. Maybe one more situation. Okay. Okay. So that's all for today. I am going to cover more of the things in our next class. Okay. But before to that,
Okay, sir.
I'll tell you a few things you need to note down. You understood, everyone? Anyone having any questions or not?
No, sir.
Okay. So we need to install few things like VS Code and other things. I'll show you where to do it and how can you get it.
Sir, I have already installed the PyCharm and VS Code also.
Okay, then that's good. Good, man.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So
But
I have Sublime editors installed.
okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, I'll it is for most of the people who do not know actually. Okay, we have to tell them. Okay, right? How they have to do. So this is the Python website. Okay, this is a Python website. I am just putting it in the chat over here for everyone to use. So over here, if you go to download on Windows, if you see over here, you have your Python related stable release. I was talking about some kind of stable release earlier stage, right? Your question. So why it is mentioned stable release Python, and there is something called as latest Python release, and some kind of things over here. If you go little bit early over here in the download section, you can see the latest version which is called as pre-release version. So that's why it's called pre-release. Although before release, previously it was not doing, they are not doing it, but right now they are doing a pre-release because you can find out the codes and you can tell the audience like, okay, there are bugs also still there. So if you see, what is the first release date for this? What is the date?
It is planned.
2026 October. So they are planning it for October release of 2026, means next year, but they are doing a pre-release right now. So if you're using these versions, it will not be supporting you well because there will be a lot of bugs. Okay. But generally, the developer, the PSF guys who are supporting this foundation, the developer who are hardcore developer, they use this kind of latest technology. Okay. If you go for what we will be using, we will be using the Python 3.131, the stable release one, or the latest one, Python 3.140. But I'll suggest this one. Okay. You can go for download Windows installer as per your need, 64 version or 32-bit or ARM64, or you can go for the install manager, Python install manager over here. Okay. It will also find out this one you can use, or maybe you can use from any of these versions. Okay.
So which one will you recommend?
I'll recommend the Python installer 64-bit because right now everyone's computer is 64-bit only. So Windows installer 64-bit. Okay. If you're using Windows, or else you can go for some kind of MSI package. MSI, you understand, right? Images. So you have to just click and it will install for you. But better to do it this way. Okay. It will install Python for you. This is for Windows, guys. If you are actually going for anything related to Mac OS, go for downloads. Over here, I was in Windows. You can go for Python Mac OS. Here in the Mac OS, you will find out the same kind of versions as well. Okay. Latest Python release and stable releases. Okay. If you're using Mac OS, or if you are using, guys, anyone is using Android and like Chromebook and all, right? There are few people who are using Chromebook, and few of the Android versions are there. Tab related stuff. So you can use Android as well. Okay. Go for this. And also it supports some kind of related to Linux as well. I'll just want to see. Yeah. Python packages for Linux. Okay. I don't think everyone will be using Linux over here. So go for these ones. Okay. I'll suggest Python Windows, which I have already picked. If you go for Python Mac OS, I'll just put the link also in the chat. Please try to install one stable release. Okay. Okay, guys. Go for the stable release. Again and again, I'm telling. Go for the 3.13.9. Okay. This is the stable release. Okay. Don't go for 3.14 also. It is the latest version. This might have some bug, but go for 3.13.9. Okay. You can go for any kind of the install over here. 64-bit mostly. Okay. Then come to VS Code. Over here, I'm also putting you a link over here. This is called for Visual Studio installation. You can install VS Code from this link. This is Python 3 link. Here, if you go, this is called VS Code. You can click on download for Windows. Okay. I'm just putting over here this link. Okay. Sorry. Okay. The last link. Okay. This second one. Okay. Let me delete this one. This is not needed anyway. So Windows link, then macOS link, then Visual Studio link. You install from Windows. Okay. Download from Windows. Okay. There is other, if you go down, that is also possible to language. Okay. These are all the language support. Okay. If you will see, Python is also supported from here. Okay, guys. Why VS Code? I'll tell you also later in point of view why we are using VS Code also. Okay. But try to install it from here. Okay. You can just follow the steps, whatever it is saying. Okay. And for the Python installation, mostly, I'll send you one more link. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. Not here. Okay, I'll try to find out and I'll send it to link. Okay, just give me some time. Okay, but please, okay, if you're going for PyCharm, this is also one link, but don't go for PyCharm for now. For our classes, at least, we'll be following everything in the VS Code itself. Okay, and this is for Jupyter one. Okay, if you want to use Jupyter, okay, where is the chat? You can use this one. Okay, Jupyter for this is a Python language library only. So this is the command for this. I'll tell you about the Jupyter Lab how we'll do in a later point of time. Don't you just keep this code like a link handy. Okay, when I'll be asking it in that code, we'll be doing it. Okay, in the Jupyter. But first, for the next class, before that, just install Python and VS Code. Those are the two different things we need first. Okay, because if you install VS Code and you are not installing Python, you will not be able to code in Python. Okay, because you have to use those. And for this, how we are going to, what are the steps for this? There are steps for this also. I'll try to find out. There is something over here. I need to see if it is available. Not here, maybe how to install. I'll find out and I'll send it to you, or I'll say send it to sir, like how you have to follow the step. I think this is here only. It will be finding out here only, but it is mostly I've just somehow missed that page. Okay, okay. I'll tell you. Okay, how to do it. Mostly while you are just choosing, there is one option will be coming. Add Python to path. You can install it in any folder inside your D drive, C drive, or any folder. But just remember, whenever adding, there is something called as add Python to path. Just tick that option. Don't miss that option. Okay, that is the only option you have to remember. Everybody understood? Whenever you will be installing, you will get something called add Python to path. Something like this. Tick this one. I'm just typing it out for explicitly. Okay. Remember everyone?
Yes, sir.
मतलब क्या करना है सर? जब पाइथन इंस्टॉल करेंगे तो क्या?
There will be option which is called add Python to path. Just tick this one while installing so that it will be installed properly.
Yes,
Okay. First session we are taking a lot of time, but later session we'll be doing it faster because we covered a lot in the intro chapter part. That's why we talked a lot of time today. Please guys, try to understand. Okay. Make to understand like whatever I'm telling. Follow the instructions quickly and be prepared for the next sessions. Tomorrow, if you're coming to class, at least these two should be installed. And if you're having any doubt, we'll cover in the first 5 minutes or maybe last 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay. We'll take session. Or if you want to reach out to offline or anything, you can just drop your questions. I'll create a form and share it with you as well. You can drop your questions over there. I'll send it back to you the answers in the next class. Okay. I'll create a form and share it with you guys also if you want. Okay. From next class also, or else I'll create one. Maybe I'll share a Excel sheet with you guys. I'll tell sir to share it with you so that you can add those questions over here and we can do the needful. We can clear the answers. Okay. Everybody clear? We need these two. Okay. Installation complete. Okay. Only Python and VS Code. These two. Okay. Anybody having any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. 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 Sir, can you stop the recording, please? I think we can stop I cannot stop the recording.